Hello, Taurus. So I'm going to start off your reading with a career and money oracle because I want to see what the underlying energy is for your December 2025 money reading that we're going to do. And I've been doing this with all the signs. So, let's see what we got for you. All right, so we got spiral. What? Out of control, climbing the ladder, upward trend. Career, revisiting a job, promotions, connections. All right, so now December typically is kind of an out of control money month because it's the holidays, we're all shopping. But let's see what shows up and let's get clear when we do your reading, okay? So we may revisit this a little bit later. So let's go ahead and get right into it, Taurus. What do we need to know? All right, for the sign of Taurus as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of December 2025. Whoa. All right. What do we need to know for the sign of Taurus? All right, that was kind of a sloppy shuffle, which kind of resonates with your oracle card. Okay, so let me fix this because I know sometimes it's crooked. So first off, you have to make sure you are not overgiving. That's kind of what I'm seeing here with that Six of Pentacles in the reverse. That's that people-pleasing energy. So you could be overspending, right? Things could be out of control. Because you know how sometimes you do that, either with family or friends, you overgive, you overcompensate. And that could make things out of control in December as it relates to your money. We also have the Knight of Cups. This is you feeling a little bit discouraged. The Knight of Cups in the reverse means somebody shows up, but it's not exactly what you need when you need it. All right, so don't be afraid to say no to something or someone. But here's where things turn around. Okay, we got the Sun card. This literally is the most positive card in the tarot deck. I tell you guys this all the time. Then we have the Fool card, which is a brand new journey, moving in a brand new direction. We have the Chariot card, then the King of Pentacles. The first week of December is not a good time for you to invest. All right, the Chariot card means you have a lot of things going on. Kind of like what we talked about with your oracle card, out of control. Things are all happening at once, so you may feel a little scattered. Okay, so, but here's the thing. Even though all of this is going on, you're still winning, Taurus. All right, you're still winning. And I even want to say, you may have some cash flow coming in when you're not even expecting it. All right, because this Sun card literally trumps every other card in the deck when it shows up, because this is the best card you can get. And the fact that you have it in the first week of December, smack dab in the middle of your reading, is telling me a lot. So while things may feel a little chaotic, while things may feel a little, the timing is not right, it doesn't mean that you're not winning financially. But a lot of this is going to depend on how you react and how you put your boundaries in place. Sometimes our money situation can change for the better or for the worse by how we protect ourselves. And I feel like that's kind of what you need to do here. All right, so let's continue on, Taurus, because I still feel like there's a little bit of hesitation or maybe not enough clarity as it relates to your money. So we're going to figure it out. I promise you that, okay? Yep, and there it is. Oh, that Ace of Wands in the reverse, that literally is the cash flow card. So the thing is, when this card shows up, it means boom, money comes in, but then boom, money goes out. But who cares as long as the money's coming in, right? I'd rather have the money. I'd rather have the money and have it, you know, have it go out than not have the money come in at all. Whoa. Okay. All right, then we got the Queen of Pentacles. I like seeing her. Ooh, and a big decision. Okay, so Taurus. This is the money mindset card. You're feeling a little nervous, maybe a little insecure financially, but you do have money coming in, okay? Especially in this second week of December. It could even be major cash flow for some of you. The Hermit card means that you need to show up. This is not the time to retreat. You don't want to isolate yourself from people because opportunities are looking for you, Taurus, and you need to be out, be social. I'm not saying you have to be, you know, fake, but put yourself in a position to connect with people because it's going to pay off financially. All right. This could be at business, work, even in your personal life. We got the budget card. This Two of Pentacles means pay attention to your budget. Again, I am getting like you're overspending, Taurus. Or you're spending when you don't want to. And again, that goes back to what we talked about here. But the nice thing is you have cash coming in. You have positive cash flow in December. You also have that Queen of Pentacles, which is the card of investing and not taking any unnecessary risk. I love to see her. And you are on the verge of making a big financial decision. Now, you may not necessarily commit to the decision, but you're thinking about it. You're weighing your options. Again, I feel like this is money related, career, work, business related. Maybe you're thinking about changing jobs. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business. Maybe you're thinking about ending a business. Maybe you're thinking about pivoting your business. But this is a big decision that I feel like you are going to finally embrace full on once we hit January. Okay? But you're thinking about it now. Or at least in mid-December, you're thinking about it. All right, but I love that cash flow card. All right, let's see what else is showing up for my Taurus. Ooh, you saw the way that card jumped? All right, this card, or this deck, has been known to do that. So what else do we need to know for the sign of Taurus as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of December 2025? All right, so we got the World card. And I feel like this is something that, well, it means something is unfinished. You're not quite ready to advance to the next level. But I also feel like for some of you, this could be travel. Like international travel, like for work or business or something like that. But for the majority of you, you're not quite ready to take things to the next level, but that's okay. That's not necessarily a negative, you know, knowing that you need to finish, you know, finish what you're doing where you're at before you move on to something else. And that could be part of what's, you know, causing you to think about your next decisions. We also have the Hierophant card, which is thinking outside the box. Excuse me, non-traditional ways of making money. That's always exciting. Don't limit yourself because you can make a lot of money doing something that you didn't think you could do, or something that kind of, you know, goes against the grain of what people typically do. All right. And that could be anything. I'm not going to say make any suggestions. But, you know, I guess I should say just don't limit yourself because you can make money in ways that you probably never even considered. Then we got the Wheel of Fortune, the card of unexpected good luck, being in the right place at the right time. Again, I feel like this is major cash flow finding you, even when you're not expecting it, just by showing up. Now, the other thing I'm getting with this card, some of you are going to win something. Some of you could win. You could win the lottery. And I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but like maybe scratch offs, or maybe I don't know how lottery works, because I live in Nevada and we don't have lottery here. But I feel like some of you are going to win something like that. Others of you are going to win something, maybe at your job, Christmas party. Some of you are going to win a contest. I feel like a lot of you are going to win something, and there's going to be a financial benefit to that. That happens roughly in that middle or third week of December. We also have the Six of Wands. That is unexpected attention coming your way. But remember, attention is currency. Monetize that or leverage that attention so you can make money from it. So you can attract more clients, more customers. Maybe you can be seen, and that helps you make more money. Okay, don't be afraid to monetize that attention coming your way. We got the Ten of Pentacles, which is collaborations, group works, partnering with people. Again, there's a financial benefit in doing so. And we got the Five of Pentacles again. All right, this is good to see that card in the reverse, because it means that your money mindset is strong. All right, Taurus. So this is really good, because it means like you're not thinking from lack and limitation. You're thinking from potential and possibility. All right, let's see what else is showing up for my Tauruses. Did a card flip over? I thought I saw one flip over. All right. Ooh, now we have the Devil card. Now remember, the Devil card is always a heads up card. Always a heads up card. That means we need to be aware of how we're getting in our own way. And sometimes it's something obvious, and sometimes it's something not so obvious, okay? So, when it concerns your money, especially at the end of December, Taurus, pay attention to how you're getting in your own way. Remember, we talked about do not overcompensate or overgive or people please, because that could be very harmful for you in the long run. Now, we also got the Death card. The Death card is actually a positive card, because this is a card that talks about a transformation. So sometimes we just need to be aware of how we're tripping ourselves up. And that is the motivation that we use to change and transform our lives. And I feel like that's what you're doing. Now, the other thing is we got the King of Pentacles. Remember, we had him here. So basically, December is not a good time for you to invest. Whenever I see the King of Pentacles in reverse, it means hold on to your money, all right? Hold on to your assets. December probably just would not be a good time for you. And remember, you don't invest in anything you don't fully understand, and that you're not fully, I guess, informed about. Now, we also got the Two of Pentacles. This is a good card, because now we're seeing him in the upright. That means your budget is getting tighter. You're getting more strategic as it relates to how you are managing your money. So that's another huge win. Finally, we do have the Seven of Cups. Now, this means you have a lot of opportunities and offers and things coming your way. They may not necessarily be in alignment with what you're trying to do or where you're trying to go. So you're going to have to say no to some things, especially at the end of the month as we move into the new year and into January. Okay, so don't be afraid to say no to something. If it does not work for you, remember, we are eliminating that people-pleasing energy, and we are focusing on what is going to benefit us financially. That is what we are available for. That is what we are in alignment with, okay? So please remember that, Taurus. But you do have major cash flow coming. The Sun confirms it. The Ace of Wands confirms it. The Wheel of Fortune confirms it. Now, it's not going to be without some, maybe minor challenges here and there, but that's okay. That's okay. The money's coming. That's what matters at the end of the day. All right. So kind of like what we said with your oracle card at the beginning, out of control, climbing the ladder, upward trend. That's what it is. We're moving upward. We're moving towards having more. All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a secret language of color oracle card. Ooh, this is one of my favorite colors, aqua. Experience peace and calm. Oh, card number 33. All right, experience peace and calm. I know, December, that's really difficult to do. But try your best, Taurus. Try your best. All right, so that's what I got for you for December. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. And thank you for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.